Welcome, and thank you for joining this edition of Restructuring Trends. Today we are discussing shipping and offshore. As many of you will know, the sector has been experiencing huge challenges as one of the worst performing industrial sectors over recent years. It's certainly an area that is likely to keep everyone busy over the next 12 to 18 months, and we have been heavily involved in ongoing mandates. One factor has been the poor market fundamentals. Turning to you, Nessos, what do you see in the market?
Yes, Matt. I've been in shipping finance for the last 10 years, and I recently joined PwC coming from a major shipping bank. In my view, there are two key trends that we can focus on. The first is that the volatility in the shipping sectors has been over the long term, particularly for the subsectors of dry bulk, tankers and container ships. And we've seen that the companies participating in those sectors are actually running out of liquidity and see their cash buffers being reduced. The similar trend has been in the offshore sector for the last couple of years, and we expect that to remain. The second trend to watch is that the banks are faced with new and stricter regulations, which actually make them less flexible, partly due to the higher capital allocation they need to provide for the capital-intensive portfolios such as shipping. And I think these two trends are the key to focus on, and the combination of these two should lead to more restructurings in the next 12 to 18 months. Steve, what would your take be on this?
Yeah, I think I'd agree, and recognising what you said, I mean, really interesting backdrop in terms of the sector and lender behaviours. But for me, it really is an interesting sector from a restructuring point of view. And why do I say that? I think a couple of reasons. The first one is really interesting capital structures. So everyone who's done work in shipping knows that it's a feature of the industry that you have often SPVs with bilateral lending, which makes complexity. But secondly, the capital intensity of it has meant that we're starting to see bond structures evolve there, or we have seen bond structures evolve there. And that's driving some more complex, difficult restructurings, particularly in places like Norway and the offshore market, as Nessos talked about. So as I'm advising my clients in terms of these situations, and we're starting to see them play out, and I think inevitably as people start to perhaps bring a bit of realism and start to try and find some sustainable structures and sustainable solutions, we're starting to see lots of things happening like forced sale of ships. We're starting to see inevitably bonds getting equitised. We're even starting to see senior lenders talking about equitising. And so that means that those are happening against an even wider backdrop of market consolidation and wider strategic considerations. So my perspective, I think there are going to be more of these restructurings. And I think, interestingly, there are solutions out there. There are win-win solutions out there, but they're going to be really hard fought.
Thank you, Steve. The messages are clear. The market outlook is bleak, liquidity is tightening, which combined with high complexity is likely to result in further restructuring activity over the next 12 to 18 months. More information is available on our Restructuring Trends website, or if you'd like to discuss, please get in contact using the details at the bottom of this page. Thank you for watching.